Machiavelli, a misunderstood genius? Niccolo Machiavelli. The name alone evokes images of cunning, ruthlessness, and the pursuit of power at any cost. But is this reputation truly deserved, or is there more to the story? Could it be that Machiavelli was simply a realist, a man who saw the world as it was, rather than how he wished it to be? Machiavelli was a product of his time, a period marked by political instability and constant warfare. To understand him, we must journey back to Renaissance Italy, a land of fragmented city-states and shifting alliances. Imagine a world where alliances crumble overnight, and the balance of power is in constant flux. Where betrayal is a common tool, and trust is a rare commodity. This was the reality Machiavelli lived in, a world where survival often depended on one's ability to navigate treacherous waters. He served as a diplomat and government official in Florence, gaining first-hand experience in the art of governance. He witnessed firsthand the brutal realities of power, the constant struggles and the harsh decisions that had to be made. Machiavelli's observations led him to a startling conclusion, one that would shape his most famous works. Morality and idealism were luxuries that rulers could ill afford in such a ruthless environment. In a world governed by self-interest, survival depended on a pragmatic understanding of power, a lesson that remains relevant even today. Renaissance Italy was a place of dazzling art and intellectual ferment, where creativity and innovation flourished in every corner. Yet beneath this veneer of brilliance, a darker reality simmered, hidden in the shadows of its grand facades. The Italian peninsula was a patchwork of competing city-states, each with its own ambitions and rivalries. Each vied for dominance and resources, often clashing in brutal conflicts. Intrigue and treachery were the norm, with plots and schemes unfolding in every court. Rulers rose and fell with alarming frequency, their fates often sealed by betrayal. Alliances shifted like sand in the desert, as loyalties were bought and sold. In this treacherous environment, trust was a dangerous gamble, often leading to one's downfall. Machiavelli, immersed in this world, recognized the need for a different approach to leadership, one that was pragmatic and unflinching, one that acknowledged the harsh realities of the time where idealism had little place. He believed that rulers needed to be both cunning like a fox and strong like a lion, balancing intellect with power. Machiavelli distilled his observations and philosophy into his most famous work, The Prince, a book that has sparked endless debates and discussions over the centuries. This treatise, often misinterpreted, was not a blueprint for tyranny, but rather a realistic guide for rulers. It was a pragmatic guide for rulers navigating a dangerous world, filled with treachery and uncertainty. Machiavelli argued that a ruler's primary duty was to preserve stability and security within their realm. To achieve this, they could not be bound by conventional morality, as the stakes were often life and death. He famously wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both," a statement that has echoed through history. This statement, often taken out of context, reflects the brutal realities of the time where power was constantly challenged. Machiavelli believed that fear, while undesirable, was a more reliable tool than love for maintaining control and ensuring loyalty. He argued that fear instilled obedience and prevented rebellion, which was crucial for the survival of the state. Machiavelli's ideas remain controversial centuries later. Some view him as a cynical advocate for authoritarianism. Others see him as a realist who dared to confront the uncomfortable truths of power. His legacy is complex and multifaceted. He challenged conventional wisdom and forced us to confront the difficult choices faced by those in power. The world, even today, is not so different from the one Machiavelli described. Was Machiavelli a villain or simply a product of his time? The answer, perhaps, lies somewhere in between. He was a keen observer of human nature, and his writings offer timeless insights into the dynamics of power.